Buying scrap iron, old battery buying. Look back, look back.
Please, allow me to show you something.
Happy 60th Independence, Trinidad and Tobago. Today marks 60 years since Trinidad and Tobago gained independence from the British Empire in 1962. I could not be more proud to be a Trini. We are the southernmost island in the Caribbean, filled with natural beauty, a diverse cuisine, home of the steel pan, and of course, the greatest show on earth. If you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Keisha, a Trini living in Milan, and I'm just a month shy away of a year since I've been away, and I found it to be the perfect time to share everything that I miss about my sweet fiancé. One of the things that I miss is the people, and not just my family and friends, but my Trini people. It's the random small talk, it's making a friend by the doubles man, it's the unsolicited advice, it's the security guard who probably doesn't drive any car park directing me how to park. Look back, unlock, unlock. Buying scrap iron, old battery buying. Buying scrap iron, old battery buying. It's like all the quirks that makes a Trini a Trini. Not to say that the people anywhere else aren't great, but it's not the same. And especially for me, being in a country where there's a language barrier, it's not like I'm gonna make small talk. The most I can say is to get me through or to get me things that I need to do. Even if people want to make small talk, I can't really make small talk with you because I don't really speak the language. So I really miss the people. And when we were visiting in June and we took the KLM flight, the flight was Milan to Amsterdam, Amsterdam to Trinidad. So I believe there would be other Trinis who would have been boarded in Amsterdam. But even like as they got on the plane, I just started to smile because it was the random small talk, like for no reason. I can't even remember what the guy said, but it's just, you know, the warmth of our people. Yeah, I miss it. The next thing I miss most about Trinidad and Tobago is the nature. And I'll group that into like the beaches, mountains, the sky. Okay, so I used to be upset that the TNTech light poles, the TNTech wires were like blocking my view of the sky. I just want to look up and I want to see the sky and I want to see the mountains. Because clearly I think of Switzerland, but y'all, I would take that any day over looking at buildings. As much as I enjoy the architecture in Europe, in Italy, like every single day looking outside, all I see is buildings. I do have a little tree here in our cortile, but it doesn't do much for me. If I want to see nature, like I'll have to go out to the park, but I don't know, it's still not the same. And it really makes me miss, even like as I hated the traffic, it makes me miss like driving on the Trinity stretch, heading to Port of Spain. You would see the mountains on a clear day. I know the Sahara dust is making it a bit difficult these days, but on a clear day, it's just beautiful. When I looked out my street, there was a little mountain, like it was still cute. It was still giving cute. So nature like that. And then in terms of like beaches, y'all, I miss the beach. Like so being in the city, like the closest bodies of water, even if it's still like 40 minutes away, like the lake I went to the other day, well, Lake Como, it's a part of Lake Como, but I still say that I never went to Lake Como. They consider it a beach. They consider it a beach. No, I don't consider, like, not to say like it is really pretty, but that's not something I really consider to be the beach. Like, give me Maracas, give me Los Cuevas, give me Pigeon Points, give me Mount Irving, give me Englishman's Bay. Like, those are the things I consider to be beaches. And even I wanted to dog Maracas and Los Cuevas, I would prefer to go to Bago. You prefer the water in Barbados, you prefer the water in Grenada, you prefer the water in St. Lucia, but oh yeah, behind me this video is from Trini Surfer and this is Englishman's Bay, Tobago. But anyway, so I really miss the beach. Yeah, and it's the same, like a 45-minute drive, and you just go to relax on a nice Sunday. I miss it. I miss the beach. And even when I visited Trinidad in June, I didn't even get to go to the beach as many times as I wanted. Plus, it was very rainy. I don't know why June was so rainy, but it was very rainy. So it was a bit sad, but I need to find a beach before we get into October because the water will be cold throughout, but when it starts to get colder, I would not want to be in any water. So I have like 2 weeks to find a beach. The next thing I miss about Trinidad and Tobago are the food options. Now, there are food options here in Milan, but it's just not the same. There is Indian food here, it's not the same. There is like gyros or euros, it's not the same. They call it like kebabs, but it's not the same. There is African Eritrean food, so I tried it, it's good, but it's not the same. It doesn't have the same type of flavor as our Creole type of food. The only food that gave us some type of reminiscence of Trinidad is the Chinese food, and it's still not the same, y'all. It's just not the same. I can make, like I made doubles, I can make pylori, I can make the things, but sometimes you just want the convenience of just going out and getting it. So I don't want to go through all that drama just to, like, sometimes you really crave it and you want it. But yes, I miss the pylori, the doubles, the roti. Those are the top foods that you'll mainly miss. But outside of like foods itself, there's like other things about food that I miss. So I miss coconut water. We don't get coconut water out here in these streets. Like, I tried, even in Trinidad, I tried like the boxed coconut water. It's not it. It's not it. In the international supermarkets, you would find the little boxes of coconut water, but it's not it. Like, it's not it. So I miss coconut water. Shadow benny, yo. If I'm making a chow, if I cooking anything, depending on what I was making, I just go outside in my yard and pick some shadow benny. It don't have any of that out there. The closest thing you can use, like, I've been using parsley as my shadow benny, and it doesn't compare. Like, there's no comparison. Another thing we miss is like the street food in terms of how they have it together in one area. So like when you go in the Savannah, when you go in Eddie Hart, when you go on the Cross, well, it has a new area there in Couva. You could get burgers, as I said, you can get burgers, you can get gyros, you can get like things, but it's not in one convenient location. So if I know there's a place I want to go to, I have to like go to that specific place. If I don't know what I'm feeling for, I have to search through like Deliveroo, Glovo, like those are the food apps, to find something where I could see everything together, because you know sometimes I really don't know what you're feeling for. So I miss the options of food. And when I was talking to Barry, he also mentioned something, the breakfast options. So I could go to a restaurant and get Americano brunch being like pancakes and bacon and eggs, because if you see any of my previous videos, especially the ones in Naples, I showed you what like a traditional Italian breakfast is, which is a cup of cappuccino or espresso and a sweet pastry. Like, that is breakfast. Whereas in Trinidad, like on your way to work, there are numerous places you could stop at. You could get a little pie, you could get your sada and potato, you could get you could get your bacon saltfish, you could get your bread and cheese, you could get your fruit bowls, your healthy options. Here in Italy, unfortunately, we don't have those options. The most I want to get is a croissant, not even a bagel. Yo, they don't even have bagels here. I can't find bagels in the grocery, but that's something else. Yeah, I do really miss the food options and the, I guess, accessibility of food options. So that is another thing I miss about Trinidad and Tobago. And just a little story to put in. So our group of friends are from all over, us being the furthest. So Trinidad and Tobago, Morocco, Germany, Moscow, Rwanda, so from all different places. So you know what, let's have like a little international brunch, and everybody will bring a dish that represents their country, so like a national dish. So I know, like, when you think of other countries, sometimes like a top dish comes to mind, like that could represent the country. But for us, we were like finding it so hard to decide on a dish that would represent our culture, that would truly represent Trinidad and Tobago, because like we have such a like there's no national food, and we actually Googled it. There is no national food of Trinidad and Tobago. The only thing that I could think of, or I think I heard somewhere before, that could represent Trinidad and Tobago is callaloo. Like the mixed pot of cultures. What do you all think? But then we like the most neutral thing we could think of was like corn soup. Like, could you give us recommendations? If we do have this international brunch or whatever, what one dish, or let's maybe say two dishes, what one or two dishes you think could represent, or like, yeah, represent Trinidad and Tobago? Like, you're introducing Trinidad and Tobago to someone, a group of people. Like, what dish, if you had to choose a dish, what dish would you bring? The next thing I miss about Trinidad and Tobago, well, for me personally, is driving. Yeah, so if you saw my vlogs, like my Trinidad vlogs, I think this was like what, 2021 or 2020. I was like, I hate to drive. As much as I say that I hate to drive, I really do miss the convenience of being able to jump in the car or jump in my car and go where I need to go, get what I need to get. Especially when making groceries. It is so annoying to have to take two forms of transport and still walk like 10, 8, 5 minutes with groceries. I do miss driving. The next thing I miss about Trinidad and Tobago is, would you believe it or not? Comment below if you think you know the next thing that I'm going to say. I'll wait. Giving you all 30 seconds. Comment below what you think is the next thing I'm going to say that I miss. Pennywise. Don't delete your comment. Don't delete your comment. But yes, the next thing that I miss from Trinidad and Tobago is Pennywise, believe it or not, y'all. I think like if you move to like the US, Canada, the UK, this sentiment might be different. But for me, in Italy, I don't know if it's the same for other countries in Europe, but in Italy in particular, even here in this metropolitan city of Milan, I, Keisha Whitehall, miss Pennywise Cosmetics Limited. No, y'all, for real. Out here, there is not a wide variety of cosmetic products. Yes, I could find it. I could do like online shopping. I could go on websites and find various products, but it's, as with anything, there's still like a learning curve because a lot of the products I'm not aware of. The main products that I am familiar with would be Dove. So right now, we need shares in Dove because we have a lot of products from Dove, as well as like Nivea is another popular brand that I would see. As for anything else, it's just trial and error. Or another popular brand is Garnier. So they have like the shampoos, the conditioners, all of that, as well as the facial liner products. So those are some of the known products that I would see. Everything else is basically a learning curve, or they don't have it, or I need to go to like different places to get the different things that I want. Like even for my cream, like I thought I liked Nivea, but I really don't. So I was trying to find back a cream that I like. I tried the Palmer's Cocoa Body Lotion. One, it's kind of expensive. Two, it didn't work how I wanted it to work. But while I was in Trinidad, I used the Vaseline cream again. Why am I going into all this detail? The options here are very limited, far, few, and in between. Or I need to go to several places to hopefully find the products that I want or that I need. And beyond that, beyond general products, then we go into hair care. That is a whole different ball game. Some of the popular brands that you will find, and these are not in the Italian stores, these are in the international stores. They would carry like ORS, some of the Dark and Lovely products, and Cantu. I realize that Cantu is very popular, but when I tried the products before, some of the products before, I didn't really like it, so I'll probably need to try again. So for black hair care, either natural or relaxed as I am, it's difficult. It took me some time. Oh, look my Vaseline cream that I love. But yeah, being in Pennywise in June, I felt, and I think I said it before, I felt like I was in Target. I felt like I was in Walmart. I felt like I was in the Chinese beauty supply stores in New York. Like, it was a lot. I felt like, oh wow, look at all the options. I didn't even know what to choose. That was actually the last thing on my list. I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever been away from home for like an extended period of time, be it a month, 2 months, 3 months? Like, how was the experience, and what did you miss about home? Or when you got home, what did you realize that you missed, that you didn't realize you missed while you were away? So I want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you think about what I missed from Trinidad. Tell me if you feel the same. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like button. And if it's not your first time enjoying content from me, don't forget to subscribe. Help your girl get to 1,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Sweet, sweet.